Happy Monday and welcome to Never Start Over Again. This is the life-changing podcast you have been looking for. I'm just kidding. Welcome to today's episode. Today, let's start like this. I meet a lot of people. I meet them at offices, co-working spaces, birthday parties, and it doesn't take long until we get into a discussion of fitness, and I talk about Escapist, what we do, and people ask me also about like, hey, what kind of training do? You look like you work out and so on. And then I tell them the story. I ask them, so what do you do? And they say, well, I also do, I have this thing called Fit or Urban Sports Club or Wellhub, and the same thing. Like when I meet business owners, which is also very common, they say, "Oh yeah, we have Urban Sports Club for our staff. It's a benefit for our staff." And when I ask them the question, like, "Okay, so when did you go last time, or how often did you go last 3 months?" Or I ask the CEO, how often do your people actually use this? People usually just go blank. They pause a bit, they ask, they look around, they think like, it hasn't been so good lately. And then they come up with a lot of reasons and excuses. And there is a nice benefit to having access to that. But the question is like, does it really change behavior? Does it create different outcomes? And this is what we're going to talk about in today's episode. And the quote I'm going to start with in this episode is that clients don't come first, employees come first. If you take care of your employees, they will take care of the clients. This is Never Start Over Again podcast. It's Monday. We always release these episodes on Monday. My name is Rickard. I'm the owner of Escapist in Berlin. I'm also a international mentor with Two Brain Business, and do coaching in general for business owners, and keynote speaking when opportunity comes. And I like to share some experiences and notes that I have come through every week. And if you like these episodes, subscribe, share it with someone. I appreciate that. Today we're going to talk about fitness aggregators, Urban Sports Club, Wellhub, ClassPass, and also this why we decided to quit that in 2019, and why I'm very happy we did that too. So maybe we'll start with going through what is ClassPass, what is Wellhub, or formerly Gympass. It's a corporate wellness platform. It's B2B or B2C. They have both options usually. And if we look into Wellhub, they have about 55,000 partners across 11 countries. And they have a value of 2.4 billion euros. And from the outside, it looks very successful, but I also seen signs of it actually not being so successful. But they are scaling because corporates have an easy way to buy fitness or health to their employees. So it's good in that sense. It's easy for the companies to make that decision, and it's good for Wellhub because they basically only need to sell this once, and then it just kind of ticks on. It takes a long time before a company comes up with the idea to review those costs again. But what people are usually not talking about is that what happens like a bit on the other side. So what happens to the gyms that join these aggregators, and and what kind of what is like what's happening in the background. If you're not familiar with it, but how it works is that a gym partners up, so they have an agreement where they have to agree on members from the platform having access to classes or to a gym or so, and what these aggregators are usually paying is per visit. So a client comes in, they check in, and now they're paid. But not very uncommon is that people forget to check in, so the operator doesn't actually get paid. And the membership lies within the aggregator, so Wellhub or Urban Sports Club, whatever, ClassPass, it's their member, and the operator doesn't have any insight to this member. There are ways that operators can still get that information, but many don't get that. So they get more and more dependent on those platforms over time. And so what people are not thinking about when they join these aggregators is that the gym stops to compete on outcomes, meaning how good the delivery is over time. And what they start to compete on are two things: convenience and price. And so we're commoditizing and making a service that takes a longer time to see results to an instant gratification thing. And also we have the price that is like the most driving anchor for the gyms to stay on top on the platform, because the algorithm in the app or in the platform will naturally try to filter the most and the cheapest gyms to the top of the searches. So when members of HanseFit or whatever, Wellhub, when they search for something, they will see the cheapest options for the platform itself, and that's what's going to get promoted the most. So it presses down the prices even more. You can argue that if you have great delivery in a gym, then clients will come back, and there might be some story to that. But again, convenience is one thing, and the second thing is that the question for operators is like, how are you going to be able to create consistent good delivery if you don't know how many clients are going to come tomorrow or in a week or in 4 weeks? If you have any experience in operations, is that it takes time to get somebody very good at delivery, especially when it's a people's business, a relationship business. And I don't know how many people you know that are willing to basically try to work for free for months to have maybe enough earnings to sustain that work. Why I say that is because if you don't know how much check-ins you're going to have, then it's impossible to plan. And this is why it also kind of incentivizes these studios to have freelancers and people that are coming and going. And you will probably see this in more of the studios, is that this high churn on the coaches. They will not stay very long, and that's too bad, because again, relationships will get built, but they will then drop off. People will drop off their training because the instructor or trainer has then moved on and had to start to work in as a teacher or something else to just have secure income. And for the user, it becomes like a very bad strategy to be consistent. You go to one gym this day, one other gym that day, and you might get like the same or similar program day after day. I don't know. It's totally random, of course, and it's not really a strong health strategy. Again, it can be fun for a while, but most likely you're not going to see so much progress. And if you don't see progress, it's going to stop making you want to go again. And that's where people quit, especially when you feel like motivation is low, things are happening in life. You will quit your training as soon as you can, if that comes in the way. But yeah, so that is a bit of the background. And so the question is like, why do then gym owners and operators sign up for this? It is usually because of, you see that classes are half empty or half full, and it feels very lucrative to maybe get some more people in and fill up those spots. But there is a high cost to that, and the high cost is to the current members and the current positioning of the gym. And the moment a gym enters this, again, there will be more and more members going over to those platforms, and you become a commodity, exchangeable. And now you, like the operator, has a big responsibility of having staff and paying rents and everything, while the owner of the memberships, Wellhub and so on, they are seeing on the memberships. So they have all the security, but they have no expenses on the operational parts like the gyms have. So this is where they get into a very strong dependent mode. And the gyms get ranked, again, but per price on the platform eventually. And back in the days, when we opened almost 10 years ago, there were like these first aggregators popping up. Many of them have emerged into each other, and Urban Sports Club in Berlin bought many of these clubs, and we were part of Urban Sports Club. I don't know when we joined, probably 2018 or so. And our strategy was that we wanted to get people to from Urban Sports Club and then basically convert them into regular members at Escapist. But what we saw was, well, not the opposite, but we saw something that is even, in my opinion, was even worse. Because every time we got a new Urban Sports Club member coming in, it required us to put more emphasis and more time on that member and put more energy. And that also meant, like in a class, that the coach had less time with the members that were actually full-time members. And the ones who had committed to Escapist and wanted to be a part of this, they got less attention, and the coaches were spending more time on the people that were not members or members of the Urban Sports Club, for example, and they were getting less money from them. So regardless of like how much money you got for like a check-in or whatever, I just thought this was a very bad. I just saw how this would escalate in a very bad way, and I definitely just didn't see how this was fair to the members that we had that were our supporters and wanted to be members of us. So that's where we made the decision. And it was like end of 2019. Basically to cancel it, and it was a bit of like cancellations times and so on, but that's when we canceled. And I was and it was like, it was not an easy decision. Like they wanted to give us more money, they wanted us to stay, They offered us more money, which I found was funny, and also like fixed sums and everything to kind of make us just stay on the platform. And so it was a hard, like, economical decision, but in hindsight, I'm so super happy that we stepped out and had nothing more to do with that. The classes became better, the community became better. Overall, everything moved in a better direction after that. And also, just this was also during, like, obviously during COVID and everything, and lockdowns. But yeah, sometimes it's nice to do stuff that you know are right. And again, we could focus more on the members that we have, which was the intention of it. And I'm not complaining about Urban Sports Club and Wellhub. They've seen like a part of the market that they could basically do the marketing and sales and get people to sign up to their app. And they also saw the market, like the regular gyms, Fitness First, McFit, whatever all the names are there. They have a lot of members that are not training at the gym. So they looked at this, these tech guys looked at this, wow, you could sign up, 100 people, and 80 to 85% of those people will never use it. Oh, free money, basically. And this has been something that many regular gyms have been also growing from. That's why a McFit has like 5,000, 7,000, 9,000 members in a club, and it's still not full because most people just don't use it. And for a coaching studio, that's very different. Like, we have 94 to 95% attendance every month of our members. So it's a very different type, and that's why that model doesn't work on a gym like ours. If we would do something like McFit, where we would sell 2,000 memberships, then that would be a different game. But that's not what we do, and the reason why we don't do that is because we want to offer results, and you're not offering results if you just sell memberships that people are not using. So what we focus on is not selling workouts, but we want to build relationships that also creates the change in identity for people, so this becomes a lifelong habit to take care of your health, take care of your fitness, understand more of your anatomy, about your physical capacity. I think that those are like tools that you should have for the rest of your life, and understand that you become stronger and better by putting yourself under that kind of stress, positive stress in training. So I don't know if many people have talked about this in other podcasts or so, but I just wanted to be open and share what is going on in the background when it comes to these things, because again, I get these questions from people like, why are you on Urban Sports Club? Are you on Wellhub? And the answer is no. And maybe this episode helps people to understand a bit more why. And again, my question always comes back, like, how often did you use it the last 3 months? And it's almost every time like, hasn't been that much. Or it might be some like random yoga sessions, maybe some bouldering, and that is great. Like, keep on doing that, but you probably just need to have a bit of a better structure and program if you want to be healthier and stronger 5 years down the road, 10 years down the road. That is what we're working for, not to scratch some kind of itch and get you some Instagrammable pictures in this month. That's not that's not the purpose. So I hope this has been interesting for you. If you are struggling with your training and this kind of speaks to you that you've been starting over, there's no commitment, there's no like structure, then my suggestion to you is like, try that out. Commit for something for 12 months and see what happens when you actually follow a program where you have to dedicate, where you have to do something 3 to 4 times a week. See what happens. And what I would also suggest is write down kind of a bucket list of things that you would like to happen outside of fitness too in those 12 months, and see what happens with those two. All right. Thank you so much for listening today. And as a reminder, if you're in Berlin and you need to get your health and fitness going, we have a professional team in Charlottenburg that is willing to get to know your name, work with you, and get your lifelong fitness routine going. You will have the link below. And if you just like to become a professional coach and work in this industry and have an impact on human health and prosperity, then we have the Escapist Academy. I will put the link below on that too. And if you're not local but you're a big fan of the show, whatever, then feel free to share this one, subscribe to this one, send it to someone do you think that should be listening to this one. I hope it has been a good one for you too. Okay, go and do something nice this week, and see you next time. Bye.